In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA bet slate for Tuesday, January 13th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Tuesday, January 13th NBA slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon. Right now I'm at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 10.3 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 20K, and we're well on the way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now we are back here. We took a week off, had a little bit of a vacation, and we're going to be firing up for the NBA season, obviously the playoffs as well. But we're going to start out this 2026 strong, hitting it with more consistency and more winning plays. All right, so continue to trust the process, continue to view. Everything helps, and it goes a long way. All right, let's get into this slate. First game in the slate here, we're at Kaseya Center in Miami. Heat 20-19, Phoenix Suns 24-15. Looking at the current odds for this game here, this is pretty much a pick 'em. Heat technically are the favorites, -105 with the comeback of the Suns at a -115. Total at 230.5, spread at 1.5. This line keeps going back and forth. Yesterday it had the Suns favorite. Today, this morning, it has Miami favorited. So this one is a true pick 'em. Looking at the public bet percentage, 53% of the bets, 55% of the money all over Phoenix. For the total, split down the middle. Again, this entire game is split down the middle. 51% of the bets, 50% of the money on the over 230.5. And for the spread, 69% of the bets, 66% of the money towards the Phoenix Suns at +1.5. All right, now looking at the injury report here, starting off with Miami. No Terry Rozier, obviously, and the big Q tag is Norman Powell, one of their main scorers, but it is a positive to see Tyler Hero back in the mix. All right, obviously for Miami, they would love to have Norman Powell back in the mix. Phoenix Suns pretty healthy. They're just waiting on Jalen Green to come back. Bouye is some bench player. He's not really a main factor here, but this Suns team, after losing Kevin Durant, really has solidified themselves. They didn't need him. Dillon Brooks has been a huge bright spot for this team. Mark Williams has been solid on the boards as well. So the angle in this game, all right, that we're going to be going for, if we're looking at the last 5 for each team, it's really been a struggle for Miami Heat. They're coming back home from a little bit of a road trip. Minnesota, Indiana, and OKC, they lost to all 3 of those teams. On the other end, Phoenix Suns, they're on a 3-game winning streak and won 4 out of the last 5 games here. And for Miami, this is a big must-win spot, man. There's a big must-win spot, 3-game winning streak, coming back home. I understand the reason why this line is where it's at, but I'm going to go with the total in this one. I'm going to be going with the under 230.5. The reason why I'm going with the under 230.5, we have a high-paced team in the Miami Heat. As you can see, Miami Heat, if we're going with pace, they are number 1 in the league right here. And then we have the Phoenix Suns, who are a slower paced team, more defensive minded, and they're all the way at the bottom here, 20th. All right, they're 20th overall in pace. You would think and expect Miami to this game to go over, but the defensive rating is my deciding factor here. What we're seeing from both of these teams, they're both top 10 in defense. All right, Phoenix right here, they're number 8 in defensive rating, and Miami Heat is number 3. And I think that's what's gonna prevail in this one for them to get this, to stay competitive, keep it low scoring here. I like the under 230.5 with both of these defenses seeing each other. All right, Phoenix is already running a slow pace offense anyway, more half court. Plus, they're going up against a top 5 defensive rating team. I like the under 230.5 in this game. In Toyota Center here, we have the Houston Rockets 22-14 going against the Chicago Bulls 18-20. Looking at the current odds for this one, huge line, -600 for the Rockets at home. Comeback on the Bulls at a +425. Total at 224.5 and spread at 12.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 80% of the bets coming in on Houston, 51% of the money coming in on Houston here. Total 66% of the bets, 66% of the money on the over 224.5. And for the spread here, 72% of the bets and 71% of the money on the Bulls to cover the 12.5 as well. All right. Now, the reason why this line is so big here is ballooned over double digits. It's at 12.5. It's one of those awkward numbers here. We got a Bulls team clearly on a big losing streak. Well, they were losing to Charlotte, Boston, Detroit, and then they came through, had a big win against Dallas. Dallas is not a good team, and they probably were hampered in that game as well with no Anthony Davis. But this spot here, there's no Kobe White and no Josh Giddey. Just so you guys can see here, starting lineup, no Zach Collins, no Giddey, no Kobe White. So they're starting Trey Jones, Dosunmu, Isaac Okoro, Matas Buzelis, and Vucevic. All right, Houston is fully healthy now. They got Sengun. Kevin Durant is in there as well, Jabari Smith. They got their full starting five. All right, so there's really no value in taking the money line. Do you want to take the spread? I would lean towards them covering that number or towards the over 224.5. But my favorite play here, we're looking at the numbers. This is one of the worst defensive rating teams in the league. As you can see, the Chicago Bulls bottom 6 in the league, 24th overall here. And then we have a spot where the Houston Rockets should take full advantage of them. So the two plays we'll go with this. I like the over 224.5 on the total, but I'm going to post my top play. I'll take the team total over here. Team total over 118.5. All right, so we're taking the team total over Houston Rockets right there, -118, and we're taking the total over on 224.5 as well. In Smoothie King here, we have the New Orleans Pelicans 9-32 going up against the Denver Nuggets 26-13. Looking at the current odds for this one, Nuggets on the road -145, comeback at the Pelicans at a +120, total at 231.5, and spread is at 2.5. It's a very high total. We'll go into that with a little more depth. Public bet percentage here, 73% of the bets, 69% of the money on the Nuggets. For the total here, 53% of the bets, 54% of the money towards the under. And for the spread, 74% of the bets, 73% of the money on Denver Nuggets to cover this number. All right, so we're going to have two plays for this one. The main factor here, I like the Denver Nuggets to win this game. Mainly, I want to wait on news about Jamal Murray. As you can see right here, he's questionable for this game. Definitely, if he goes in, if he plays, I feel much more confident in the Denver Nuggets to get this win. Going up against the Pelicans here, and that's a nice even number when you're looking at the odds at that -145. Definitely a decent parlay piece. If you want the total in this one, I would go over 231.5. Despite the fact that if you're looking at the last couple games, Denver scored 108, 110, 114, 125, so they can put up points here. Pelicans is the spot that you want to take advantage of. They give up a lot of points. Okay, 128. 117, 111, 125. If we're looking at the defensive rating here, we got the two worst defensive teams in the league right now. Pelicans 28th, as you can see, in the league, and then the Denver Nuggets aren't too far behind at 26th. So we'll be going with the Denver Nuggets on the money line, and I like the over 231.5. In Pfizer form here, we have the Milwaukee Bucks 17-22 going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves 26-14. Looking at the current odds in this game here, Bucks -150 with the comeback of the Timberwolves at a +125, total at 226.5, and spread at 3.5. Public bet percentage here, 53% of the bets, 61% of the money on the side of Milwaukee, 53% of the bets and 50% of the money is split down the middle on the over and the under. For the spread, 57% of the bets coming in on Minnesota, but we have 52% of the money on Milwaukee to cover. So everyone is split down the middle on this game between these two teams. We have major injury news here for this one. We're waiting on news about Miles Turner. He's currently questionable, but if he plays, they have a really big advantage down low because no Rudy Gobert. He's going to be out. He's suspended, and then Anthony Edwards is going to be out of this game as well. So we have a hampered Minnesota team, but down low, Antetokounmpo and Turner, really Antetokounmpo, should have a field day going up against Julius Randle and Naz Reid. Naz Reid is a great offensive minded center and power forward, but when you're talking about guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo, getting second chance opportunities, he should be able to want to bang and get and win those opportunities down low. All right, so I think that's where the advantage is in this one with no Rudy Gobert. And Antetokounmpo should expose them in that front court. All right, so if we're looking at a play here, we're going to be going with the Milwaukee Bucks on the money line. All right, Milwaukee Bucks on the money line is going to be our main play in this one. If you want to take that 3.5, I would feel confident in them as well. But I'm just taking the money line as at a solid number at -150. Give me the Bucks to win. In Paycom Center, here we have the OKC Thunder at home, 33-7, going up against the San Antonio Spurs, 27-12. This one, we already know what the Spurs have been doing to the OKC Thunder this year. Looking at the odds, -285 for the Thunder to win, plus 230 with the comeback of the Spurs. Total at 230.5, and spread at 7.5. All right. So if we're looking at the public bet percentage, 66% of the bets coming in on OKC, but we have 71% right here, the Sharps, all over San Antonio on the money line. For the total, 69% of the bets and money towards the over 230. And for the Spurs, the spread, 73% of the bets coming in on them to cover, and 60% of the money is coming in on the Spurs as well. So this is a public underdog, all right, and this is a spot I want to fade the public in. I get it, the OKC Thunder have been dominated by the Spurs so far this year. This is just a get right spot. I don't think that the Spurs beat the Thunder in Oklahoma 3 times in a row. All right, they lost to them first. The second game was in San Antonio, and the third game was in OKC. This game here, the fourth one, and this is the third game in Oklahoma. I don't think they beat them 3 times in a row in Oklahoma. I think they make a statement in this game. I'm gonna fade the public in this one, clear cut. Give me the Thunder -7.5. Everyone's going to be fading that play. Everyone's going to be going towards the San Antonio Spurs or what happened the last 3 times. I think the championship mindset here, just to get them back. All right, so just to prove to themselves that they can beat this team and dominate them. Give me the Thunder -7.5. That's going to be the play for this one. In Crypto.com arena here, we have the LA Lakers 23-14 going up against the Atlanta Hawks 20-21. Looking at the spread here, -150 for the Hawks on the road. Comeback of the Lakers at a +125. Total at 231.5. Spread is at 3.5. Public bet percentage, 59% of the bets, 67% of the money on the Lakers. For the total, 60% of the bets, 59% of the money on the over. And for the spread here, 52% of the bets, 50% of the money on the Lakers to cover the 3.5. All right, now injury report here. There is news about Luka Doncic, unsure about playing. He's in the middle here. They're saying that he might not play. All right, in this game, so unsure whether he will play against the Hawks on Tuesday. This is the second game of a back-to-back for the Lakers as well. Yesterday they got blown out by one of the worst teams in the league, in the Kings. So the Lakers team here with no Austin Reeves. We're waiting on news about Luka Doncic. There will get confirmation later in the day. And then for Atlanta here, no Porzingis, and then Risa Share is questionable in this game for Atlanta. So we'll wait and see about Risa Share. But usually when it comes to second games of back-to-back, I tend to go with the team that just came off a loss. I tend to. All right, as you can see, Lakers are reeling 3 straight losses in a row. This is the second game of back-to-back. They just lost to Sacramento here. But Atlanta is kind of hot right now. 3 wins in a row. Beat New Orleans, beat Denver, who was hampered Denver, and then they really showed well against the Golden State Warriors, dominating them, winning by 13 points. And Atlanta already beat the LA Lakers earlier in the season by 20. I think this team here really struggles. And then technically, I think Atlanta just are better right now. Lakers, I cannot trust. I tend to go with that second game of back-to-back. If you're coming off a loss, to go back with the team that just lost. But I think Atlanta in this spot, they open up with the line with the 3.5. I like the Hawks to get this win. All right, I'm going to go with the Hawks in this one on the road, minus 150 on the money line. If we're going with the total, if you don't feel comfortable about picking a side here, and I'll feel even better with no Luka Doncic, but take advantage of the line now with the value of the Hawks. And for the over-under, these are, well, the Hawks were one of the worst defensive teams here. Right now, the Lakers are bottom 7 in the league here, 23rd overall in defensive rating. The Hawks have been a little bit better. I thought they were, earlier in the season, they were really struggling. But they've turned things up a little bit better with their defensive rating. They're 13th overall. The Lakers are the issue. And this is the reason why they've been losing in their last 10 games. They have a losing record here. So give me the over 231.5. I think that it'll be a big number put up in this spot here for the Hawks. And the Lakers are going to have to keep up pace. I like the Hawks to win, and I like the over 231.5 in the total. Last but not least here in Chase Center, Golden State Warriors 21-19, going up against the Portland Trail Blazers 19-21. Current odds in this one, Warriors minus 450 on the money line. Comeback of the Trail Blazers at a plus 350. Total at 228.5, and spread is at 10.5. If we're looking at the public bet percentage here, we have 78% of the bets here towards Golden State, 57% of the money towards Portland. For the total, 79% of the bets, 80% of the money towards the over, and Portland 72% of the bets and 70% of the money towards Portland to cover that 10.5. So very large number here. If we're looking at the starting 5, Jeremy Grant is doubtful. Denny Advija is going to be out. Their leader, Scoot, out. Murray out. Tybalt's been out, and Wesley's been out for Portland. Positive news for Portland. Jrue Holiday is back. So they get one of their veteran leaders that's going to be playing here for Portland. That's a solid there. And Golden State Warriors is just Seth Curry. But the Warriors have been a very inconsistent team this year. And what you didn't know was this Warriors team has struggled mightily against Portland all year long. They have lost all 3 games to Portland. A 20-point blowout by Portland, a 4-point win by Portland, and a 5-point win. All high-scoring environments here. And this is the 4th and final matchup. Could the Portland Trail Blazers sweep the Golden State Warriors? Telling by the line, they're telling you no. They're telling you that the Warriors should bounce back and get this win. But we're going with value, all right? We're not going to take the minus 450. The best value on the board is taking the points with Portland, plus 10.5. Portland has a lot of young talent here. Donovan Clingan down low should be able to abuse Quentin Post. Post is a very weak defensive and rebounding player. He's just a 3-point shooter that's 7 foot tall, and Donovan Clingan should dominate down low. Caleb Love has become a very dynamic 3-point shooter coming from Arizona. I watched a lot of him in college, and he's coming to his own right now. He has similar traits to like a Dame Lillard, but the way he shoots. But I like Caleb Love. I like Donovan Clingan. I like Jrue Holiday as well in this game. They have a ton of guys that can step up. Even is it Kamara? Where's Kamara? Yeah, Kamara is definitely someone you should watch out for too. And then Shaedon Sharpe is a slasher as well. So the value in this one is the Portland Trail Blazers plus 10.5. Love that play there, and I love the over 228.5. Even without Denny Advija, I think the over goes as well. Over 228.5. Main play, Trailblazers plus 10.5. That's going to be our breakdown for the Tuesday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We could definitely debate about that down below in the comment section. Also, if you want today's premium plays, parlays, and future bets, click on that link provided down below. for the Patreon. You're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes up 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.